Well, new questions about biological weapons development inside North Korea after anthrax antibodies were found in the blood of a defecting North Korean soldier. Joining me now to talk more about this is Asia analyst Gordon Chang. He's the author of Nuclear Showdown: North Korea Takes on the World. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you.
So the first question, when people hear, developing anthrax, having anthrax, North Korea, any weapon of mass destruction, do they have the capability of attaching it to an intercontinental ballistic missile, which we know from their last launch, their test, they can allegedly reach the United States?
Yeah, they wouldn't put anthrax in an ICBM because the method of delivery wouldn't be that effective. But nuclear weapons, they're within maybe 2 months. Now, it's been disclosed that the CIA gave President Trump an assessment that, within that time frame, they'll be able to hit the U.S. with a nuke. That means that they've got good guidance, that they've certainly got the range. We know that from their last November 29th test. And the question is heat shielding, which is the big issue about whether they are able to protect the warhead on the way down. A lot of disagreement about it, but if they can't do it within 2 months, they'll be able to do it within 6, 9 months, certainly sometime within 2018. And
then going back to anthrax itself, though, I mean, if it is spread through the air, the mortality rate is 80%.
Yes, and the fact that this guy had anthrax antibodies in his bloodstream meant that either he was working in an anthrax lab in North Korea, not probable, but probably because they figured he would be fighting in an environment in South Korea where anthrax was present. In other words, because the North Koreans have spread anthrax. And so, we've got to be concerned. U.S. soldiers who are on the peninsula, they're vaccinated for anthrax and smallpox.
And we have, over 28,000 in South Korea?
28,500. Okay. But South Korean soldiers are not. And so they're really not prepared for this.
And why are they not?
I don't know. I mean, to me, that is, that's an obvious danger because the North Koreans, we know that they've got these biological agents, even though they signed the Biological Weapons Convention. So the South Korean soldiers should be protected for all known dangers, which includes these chemical and biological agents.
And then that brings up the Olympics, which are going to be held in South Korea.
In February, and we go back to 1988, the Summer Olympics that were held in Seoul. The North Koreans tried to disrupt it. They brought down a Korean airliner, 115 people killed. The question is, are they going to try to disrupt the Winter Olympics in February, which are about 50 miles or so from Seoul? We really don't know, but obviously it's a danger. Ticket sales are now 1/3 of the target. So the South Korean authorities, they're obviously concerned because people aren't going to the Olympics.
Yeah, and we were also discussing before the segment that, there were 2 defectors from North Korea around about the same time, the first of which was infected with these parasites.
Right. That's the one from November 13th or so. And not only did he have parasites, which meant that they were using human excrement for fertilizer, but he also had, and I think this is even more significant, uncooked kernels of corn in his stomach. And that means that he was malnourished, he was scrounging for food. Remember, this soldier was in the joint security area. These are the best of the North Korean soldiers. He should have been fed. And the fact that he wasn't is a real indication of food problems throughout North Korea.
So the bottom line, North Korea, they're willing to do anything, and they're experimenting with everything in order to spread terror.
And not only experimenting, Kim Jong-nam, the elder half-brother of the leader Kim Jong-un, he was killed with VX. That's a chemical agent, a weapon of mass destruction in a public place, which is the Kuala Lumpur airport. The North Koreans have killed others outside of North Korea with chemicals. This is an indication that the regime will do anything with the weapons it has.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your insight. Some scary stuff.